Global shipping companies and their financial backers can sometimes find themselves in dangerous waters, unwittingly aiding money laundering or terrorist financing. Knowing who you're trading with and what you're involved in is essential. Polestar is helping the industry to navigate the risks with its innovative technology and software solutions. Julie MacDonald has more.
Shipping is big business for UK PLC, and much of the trade associated with this £32 billion industry flows through here in the City of London. But the complex geopolitical situation and resulting sanctions mean that maritime trade faces big challenges.
Sanctions are probably the most complex and fast-changing they've ever been. Businesses certainly have fallen foul of the sanctions, and these are very onerous restrictions that are imposed, and the penalties that can be imposed as a result are very serious. I mean, certainly if you put yourselves in the shoes of a director of a company which had breached the sanctions, he'd be concerned about the reputational issues first and foremost, the impact on the business and whether counterparties would continue trading with them, likewise whether they find themselves on the front page of the paper.
For big financial institutions, finding a way to keep on top of this ever-changing sanctions landscape is crucial. Proving who and where you're trading to prevent the risk of money laundering and terrorist financing is forcing companies to innovate. And sanctions expert Ian Stewart from King's College London believes industry needs a bolder strategy to deal with ever-changing regulation.
When we think about sanctions compliance in industry, in the industrial sectors, I think there has to be a common approach to all of them, so therefore we're talking about having a common compliance system. The sheer quantity of different assets that are being moved around there creates a fundamental challenge with regards to the volume of information that we have to deal with.
Shipping software company Polestar have developed Purple Track, a ship-based security tool which helps financial institutions and governments to comply with sanctions by screening vessels and their owners and creating a paper trail that keeps a dedicated record of their decision-making. Michael Jankowski is the company's chairman.
There are three modules: there's a screening, a tracking and a reporting. It can't be tampered with at any point in time. So because of that, it's totally transparent, it's verifiable.
Every ship over 100 gross tons will be in this database.
Polestar's Charles Ike showed me how this simple tool is saving financial institutions and governments time and money.
Over here you get the full details of the ship and the ownership and management, which is the most important bit. These are the entities that we actually check against the sanctions list. Okay. We've got the overall status, critical, right at the top. So a critical alert means that the ship has actually been associated to a sanctioned entity or is on a sanctions list. And the idea is that individuals are able to make quick decisions on whether or not they can transact.
Just how vital is this software?
The amount of time that people have had to spend on compliance is enormous. And when you don't have technology helping you, this type of activity, which takes us, we do it in 30 seconds. It would take them a day, 2 days. And I had one trader who told me, he said, "You've given me my life back." Not only are we adding a layer of speeding up the process, but we're actually adding a layer of confidence in the results.
For Robert Bittar and Jean-Pierre Wandler from UBS Bank, being able to show that they're complying with sanctions and regulations is vital at every step.
It was clear for us that the expansion of the franchise has to be accompanied with stronger means of controls. As many of the key risk areas in the CTF business relate to sanctions, embargo, fraud, etc., we felt that it was important to professionalize even more and at the same time to bring in a dedicated tools for our teams.
And Purple Track uses big data to make sure its users don't fall foul of regulations. It also uses 2 types of ship tracking, adding another layer of confidence for UBS Bank.
We can make sure we as a bank and our clients comply with the latest sanctions and embargoes country list. And also for us as a bank, we can follow the voyage of a given vessel and tie it back to the information provided by the client. And this is important because we base our financing decisions on that information.
Polestar's powerful and innovative software is allowing banks and trade finance to flourish in increasingly difficult times.